Of all the plants you can have in your garden, citrus is an absolute classic, and there's no wonder why. They look good, they smell good, but even better, they taste delicious. But there is so much more to citrus than the gnarly old lemon in the back of your nana's garden.
You're making it easy to breathe. You're making life easy for me.
Citrus come in a huge variety of sizes. They're medium trees, small trees, but by far the most popular are the dwarf varieties. Now, these stay nice and compact, so they're perfect for a pot on a balcony or in a small back garden. You don't have to just grow your citrus as they come. You can get creative with your pruning and get something really special like this. Now, this is a standard where they've taken all the stems off the trunk so it's nice and clear, and you've got this lovely ball of foliage. Imagine this in a formal garden or by a pot by a formal front door. It looks spot on. We're all aware of the standard lemon, lime and orange, but it's the really unusual citrus that I love. This kaffir lime has got unusual looking fruit, and you can use the leaf in cooking. The yuzu, that's perfect for Japanese cooking or sticking in a gin. And the calamansi here, it's like a kumquat, but it's got such an unusual looking fruit where it's green on the outside and sort of an orange on the inside. Mark, how are you?
Good, mate.
Jolly good, mate. This nursery looks incredible. All of your citrus are in perfect health.
Perfect time of the year for citrus.
What tips do you have for growing citrus?
Big one, sunlight. No one ever plants them in enough sun. So full sun, good drainage, and feed them. Fertilise them often is the way to go.
Okay, so now Graham is always banging on about taking the flowers off a new citrus when you plant it. Is he right? What?
He's 100% right.
Of course he is.
So this little tree,
Yep.
you can see it's got 3-4 pieces of fruit on it, and it's sucking all the energy out of the growth, and the poor little tree's not growing. By comparison, this one here, no fruit, it's flowered, we pulled the little flowers off, put all its energy into growth, and it's already double the size.
So that one is younger than that one?
That's
Wow,
correct.
that's impressive. So these are dwarf stock, which means they stay small.
Yes.
How does that happen?
Grafting 101.
Okay.
What we do is we first produce a rootstock. This one's the dwarf one. The good ones we'll pot into a larger pot and let them grow for another 6 months, and then we have a rootstock like this ready for grafting.
Okay.
So it's a case of doing a T, like so, and then using the other side of the knife to open up the bark. You can see it's slipping there nice and easily. And then all I do is take one little bud and I pop that into the bark like so, and that's one lemon tree grafted. We then tie it up with some tape, and then we leave it for 3 or 4 weeks, and then we'll come back and take this tape off and see if it's alive.
Okay.
Now, I've got one that I prepared earlier. And you can see I've already cut the top off here, and you can see the bud shooting away. Now, it's important that I take off all these side shoots or suckers, which they're the rootstock. And then we have the main growing branch that comes up, which is your lemon tree.
So how long does it take to get from, seed to this?
2.5 years at least, sometimes 3. So it's a really long-term
Yeah, it
crop.
is. And it's fascinating to think that all of this foliage came from that one tiny bud. All the information this plant needs is in that tiny
Is that
bud.
one little bud. And this one stick alone, I can produce 10 to say 12 lemon trees from that alone.
And I've got the hankering for some digging now, so I've got my eye on a mandarin, which I'm going to go and take with me, if you don't mind.
Of course. See you, Charlie.
And this is the spot where my new mandarin is going to go. Now, number one thing you need, like Mark said, lots and lots of sun, and this is the perfect spot. I know I'm English and I complain about the heat a lot, but this is a really hot spot. We've got succulents doing well, we've got salvia doing well, we've even got gaura doing well, so we know it gets plenty of sun. Now, when it comes to digging the hole, you want that to be at least twice as wide as the root ball. The wider, the better. That allows the roots to get out and the plant to establish quickly, and you'll get better growth. But when you're digging your hole, it's better to make it slightly shallow rather than too deep. That way, you're not going to get rotten roots. Right, it's now time to get our tree in the ground, and you'll notice this tree is actually covered in fruit, and Mark did suggest removing it, or removing the flowers at least. The problem is this is quite an established tree. Nice roots on it, so I don't need to tickle those up. So instead of removing all the fruit, I'm just going to remove half of the fruit. That way it's still got energy to put roots out, but we're not going to lose the harvest this year round. Now I'm going to give our new tree a double-fold fertilisation. Try to say that a few times quickly. The first step, if I can get the bag open, is dolomite lime. Now, this is really great for citrus because it adds a boost of magnesium. Now, if you see a yellow triangle forming at the base of your leaves, that's a deficiency in magnesium, so give it a hit of this. It'll also add a bit of calcium to the soil. The next part of fertilising my tree is this. This is Rich-Gro Black Marvel Fruit and Citrus Liquid Food. Now, liquid is fantastic because it's easily absorbed by the leaves, but then any excess hits the ground and gets taken up by the roots. This is high in nitrogen and iron, which gives you lovely glossy green leaves. It's also got potash, which means you get big juicy fruit. I really like this spray on because you can cover the leaves easily, no matter the size of your tree, but you can also get it in a concentrate. Now, you can apply that liquid fertiliser every 7 to 10 days, and the spray-on will actually cover up to 150 square metres. The last stage of setting up our citrus is some mulch. Now, I'm just using a sugarcane mulch. It's great for insulating the ground. Put it on about 75mm thick, but keep it well away from the trunk of the plant. That way it won't rot. So if you follow my tips, soon your citrus will be your zesty bestie.